Raw or fermented squid is a food that challenges all of your expectations of what seafood should taste like. The very thought of eating squid in its raw or fermented form is enough to turn many people away, as the flavor profile and texture can be profoundly different from what we might expect from more familiar seafood. It's not a food for the faint of heart, and its boldness isn't just in its taste, it's in the entire experience. From the initial sight of the raw squid's glistening flesh to the strong, sometimes overpowering flavors of fermentation, this is a food that doesn't shy away from making an impression. And yet, for those willing to embrace it, raw or fermented squid is a treasure trove of nutrition, offering a unique and potent combination of protein, minerals, and healthy fats. The nutritional value of squid is extraordinary. It's high in protein, offering a lean source of this essential macronutrient that helps build and repair tissues, supports the immune system, and provides energy. Squid also contains a wealth of important minerals, including potassium, magnesium, and iron, all of which play critical roles in maintaining heart function, nerve health, and oxygen transport in the body. Furthermore, raw or fermented squid provides omega-3 fatty acids, which contribute to reduced inflammation, brain health, and overall cardiovascular wellness. These nutrients, in such a dense, bioavailable form, make squid an excellent choice for anyone looking to boost their intake of essential vitamins and minerals. However, the experience of consuming raw or fermented squid is not an easy one. The texture alone can be off-putting to many. Raw squid has a soft, gelatinous texture that can feel slippery and slightly rubbery. It doesn't have the firm, clean bite of cooked seafood, and this lack of bite can be unsettling to people who prefer more familiar textures in their meals. Fermented squid, on the other hand, takes on a more intense, pungent flavor. The fermentation process brings out strong, sometimes sour, umami notes that can be jarring for those unaccustomed to the taste of fermented foods. It's not the subtle tang of pickles or kimchi. The fermentation of squid often results in an overwhelming, almost fishy taste, one that seems to permeate the entire experience, both on the tongue and in the nose. The smell is sharp and lingering, and for many, it's the primary barrier to trying this food at all. For those who are not used to fermented foods, or who have a heightened sensitivity to strong smells, the experience can be intensely challenging. The sour, funky notes that come with fermented squid are not easy to get past. It's not a flavor that eases its way onto your palate. It hits you immediately, and it can take some time to adjust. Even for those who enjoy the occasional pickled or fermented food, raw or fermented squid demands an extra level of mental preparation. It's not just a matter of taste. It's a matter of engaging with a food that feels foreign, even aggressive. But this is also where the transformation happens. As with many fermented foods, there's a process of adaptation. The more you expose yourself to the flavor, the more you begin to recognize the subtleties, the depth of the umami, the tang that eventually fades into something earthy and complex. While it's certainly a food that requires an acquired taste, there's something deeply rewarding about learning to appreciate it. Raw squid, when handled properly, offers a unique seafood experience. It's often served fresh, with minimal seasoning, allowing the natural flavor of the squid to shine. For many, the flavor becomes more palatable when paired with acidic or spicy accompaniments, such as citrus, chili, or garlic, which help to balance the sliminess and intensity of the taste. Similarly, fermented squid is often used in small amounts, as a condiment or an accompaniment to other dishes, where its potent flavor can complement and deepen the other ingredients. It's often used in Japanese, Korean, and Mediterranean cuisine, where it is paired with rice, vegetables, or meats, acting as both a flavor booster and nutritional powerhouse. Yet, despite its richness and complexity, raw or fermented squid is not a food that's universally embraced. There are legitimate concerns about food safety, particularly when consuming raw seafood, which can carry the risk of parasites or bacteria. Fermentation, too, is a delicate process, and if done improperly, it can lead to foodborne illness. Because of these risks, it's crucial to source raw or fermented squid from reputable vendors who follow strict food safety standards. Those with compromised immune systems or specific food sensitivities should avoid raw or fermented seafood altogether, as it could exacerbate health issues. But beyond these warnings, there is also an undeniable sense of adventure and connection to culture that comes with eating raw or fermented squid. It's a dish with deep cultural roots in coastal and island communities, where seafood is not just food, but a part of the way of life. It's a link to history, a tradition of preserving food in a way that maximizes its shelf life while also enhancing its flavor. Fermented squid, much like fermented fish sauces or cured meats, represents a human ingenuity in working with nature's bounty, transforming it into something more than the sum of its parts. For those willing to look past the strong smell and embrace the distinctive, often polarizing flavor, raw or fermented squid offers an experience unlike any other. It's a food that requires you to expand your palate, to let go of preconceived notions about what food should taste like, and to engage with something unfamiliar in a way that's both challenging and rewarding. And in return, it offers a deep, rich flavor profile, an impressive nutritional boost, and a connection to a long-standing tradition of preserving and savoring seafood in its purest, most primal form. It's a food that asks more of you than just eating. It asks you to understand, to adapt, and to appreciate. It's not easy, but if you're willing to take the challenge, it may just surprise you in ways you didn't expect.